One moment, one officer, one decision. And the world was just one step away from total annihilation. Inside a Soviet submarine, nuclear war was only a button away. Today, we take you into that submarine, where every second could decide the fate of humanity. The year is 1962. The Cold War is at its peak. The United States and the Soviet Union, two superpowers, both armed with nuclear weapons, ready to strike at any moment. A single misstep could trigger global destruction. And inside a Soviet submarine, an unknown officer held the power to stop history from changing forever. Captain Petrov, or an unknown officer, the crew faced uncertainty. A nuclear torpedo lay ready, just one command away from launch. The submarine B-59 was on a secret mission in the Caribbean. U.S. naval ships surrounded them. Tensions ran high. Sensors detected potential missile launches. Confusion spread. Arguments broke out. Should we fire or wait? Every second brought humanity closer to total destruction. Radio contact was blocked. Orders were unclear. Protocol allowed an immediate strike. But one officer paused. One officer thought, is this really the moment to start a nuclear war? Captain versus protocol. Vasily Arkhipov took control. He said, "No, we will not launch." A single word, no, stopped nuclear apocalypse. Neither the US nor Soviet leaders knew how close the world had come to destruction. Every crew member had only seconds to decide. The lives of millions depended on one human choice. Fear, courage, doubt. Confined in a steel tube underwater, crew members wondered, if the decision had gone wrong, we would all be dead. Yet one unknown officer's courage prevented catastrophe. Sometimes heroism is silence, standing firm, and choosing humanity over protocol. Visual. Submarine doors closing, ocean waves crashing, red lights slowly dimming. One human choice determined the survival of the entire species. During the Cold War, every submarine, every officer, trained for a potential nuclear strike. But in real life, fear and humanity are what make or break decisions. For Vasily Arkhipov, this was no drill. It was the ultimate test. And he passed, saving humanity from unimaginable destruction. In that submarine, lives were just inches away from death. One hero, almost forgotten by history, stood between the world and annihilation. Nuclear war never happened. Millions were saved. Cities remained intact. An unknown officer prevented global catastrophe. The world would never know how close it had come to disaster. Heroes are not always remembered in history books. Sometimes, heroism is saying no when the world expects a yes. And this story reminds us that courage and humanity are the most powerful weapons of all.